How to be more attractive makeup tutorial. I call this the stop and stare because everybody's gonna stop and stare at you. Welcome to my Reinventing Life series. Today I'm reinventing your face. Most people don't realize this, but if you want it to look like you're actually wearing makeup, you have to put on a lot of makeup. So for this routine, we're gonna use double the amount of product you think you need. 2 pumps of primer, and I never just do 1 primer. I always take a green primer second. Again, using more than you think. And I put this all over my face. I naturally have red undertones, so this just helps to even out my skin tone. It gives me a nice blank base to work with. Going in with some tanning drops to balance out the primer. This should blend in super well since our skin is already really moisturized. Taking some concealer just to cover up some blemishes. I'll let that sit while we blend up our foundation. Again, I'm using 2. Taking one that's a little bit darker. Putting 2 pumps on my hand because less is not more in makeup. Adding a little bit of this one size base thinner just to give it some radiance. And we're gonna use this foundation for the outside of our face. We're gonna put this all around the outside and leave the middle kind of open. This is what it looks like before I blend it out. Then we're taking a lighter foundation. We're putting this in the middle of our face. Using 2 different shades of foundation on our face keeps the dimension and doesn't make us just look like one big blob. I learned this from Vanessa, I think her name is. She's a makeup artist on here. Next for the under eyes, taking a pink concealer. This is really gonna brighten them up. I recommend using a brush to blend them out and then going in with your normal shade concealer on top. You look wide awake now. For contour, I'm starting with the Rare Beauty contour. If you usually put 2 dots, put 4 because like I said, we want more makeup. Blending this out with a brush, always making sure to go up my face. We want to look snatched, not droopy. Contour is your biggest tool in makeup. You can literally change your face. If you take away anything from this video, go learn how to do contour. I'm now gonna go in with a cream bronzer and just layer it on top of the contour. Sometimes when it looks a little too harsh, I'll take a beauty blender and just blend it out. Now I'm gonna take a little bit of powder bronzer and just set everything. That way our contour doesn't move when we apply blush. I know everyone's gonna freak out, but I'm gonna apply 2 dots of the Rare Beauty blush using Love and Joy. Some people really like the look of their blush like high up on their cheek. I actually kind of like mine on the apple of my cheek. I'll do a little soft smile like this and blend out right where my cheek is. And then I'll slowly move it upwards. It's gonna look really harsh, but just take a beauty blender and blend it out. Perfect. Taking a leftover blush and putting it on my nose to give you the sunburn effect. Now we're done with our base, so we're gonna set everything. I like to take a setting spray and spray my face. Once it's dry, I take a pink powder to set my under eyes. Then I take a translucent powder and set my T-zone and just around my nose and mouth. If you get oily throughout the day, this will help. Then we're taking one last powder and just putting this all over my entire face. Taking this Kosas blush, just going over the blush we already did. And now we're on to eyebrows. This eyebrow pencil is my holy grail and it's literally $5. It's from Essence. I just use it to fill in my brows because my hair is pretty light. Taking Anastasia Brow Freeze. It's the best brow gel on the market. But I'm running out of time, so I'm gonna go make a part 2 and I'll post that right after this.